G'day and welcome to my channel. This is going to be a tough one for me. Might seem a little bit weird to some people, but this one's a really tough one for me.
We'd get drunk, yeah, but we were never the kind that would like get totally out of it. So consequently, Ozzy would always be worse than us. So he was always a reference point of how far you could take yourself. And like, we'd say, did you see what happened last night? You know, and all this kind of thing. It's like, we'd never have been worse than he was. I mean, he was definitely a role model if that's the kind of life, the debauchery you wanted to get into. There was nobody better to judge it on.
Do you know, people, I've made many statements about being sober. And what I can really say is, sobriety fucking sucks.
I think by now everyone knows that Ozzy Osbourne died. What people might not know, they usually watch my channel about beer making, and they probably know that, because I've said it a few times, that I've been brewing for nearly 40 years. I don't know what year it is now, 2025. I started in 1987. So 1987, 1988. A very long time I've been brewing beer for. The only other hobby I've had for longer than brewing beer is my music. Playing in bands. I haven't played in bands much since we've had kids, much at all. But it consumed me as a child. I had a pretty rough childhood, and family-wise, music was an escape. My dad was a musician anyway. So there's always guitars and things around, and music, and he was playing in bands, going and seeing him rehearse and things like that during the week when he was there. But music was my escape. I'm not going to drag this on. By the time I started choosing my own music, I was probably directed by, cousins and other parts of the family, things like Kiss, The Knack probably. I really got into Kiss as a little kid. But, as I got a little bit older, I started looking for my own music. And I went to the music shop, bought all the AC/DC box set with my $5 pocket money. I saved up and bought that, the Bon Scott one. Took me ages to pay that off. But after that, I found something else. It was this record, this actual exact record. Black Sabbath, The Best. When I read it, I looked at it and went, oh, that looks cool. And it said the ultimate in heavy metal down the bottom. And I went, that's for me. I took it home. It's got Paranoid, NIB, Iron Man, Supernaut, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, Changes, Sabracadabra, Children of the Grave, Tomorrow's Dream, Wicked World, Sweet Leaf, Snowblind. If you won't find a bad track on Ozzy's original Black Sabbath albums. This changed my world. Changed my world. The only reason I'm really bringing this up is that what I've seen happen online is a little bit sickening. Not people's thoughts, their experiences, their sadness, but the other people jumping on board, making AI pictures of Ozzy and Sharon, and just horrible stuff. AI pictures of his funeral that hasn't happened yet. People just cashing in. And I just wanted to show you that I'm not doing this to cash in. I bought this when I heard the last concert was coming up. I saw it was cheap online. Some of my friends will vouch for it. I saw it on one of their pages. Greta, I think they used to own Metal from Melbourne shops. And she's a massive Black Sabbath fan, Ozzy Osbourne fan. And someone posted this on their wall that they were on special, and I grabbed one straight away. So we're going to try it in a minute. But I'll just show you. And one of my the rarer stuff. That's a Black Sabbath at Grindlepole. This was donated to me by one of my viewers, but many years ago. I don't know what that was, 10, 12 years ago of my live stream. That's quite a rare one, live. This one now is probably available. Like, I think Japan put out several copies or something, several different versions. Bat's Head Soup, back in the day, that was really rare. And old school bootlegs. Ozzy with Randy live in Cleveland, 1981. That's a good one too. Bit rare too. Still the Wild Man of Rock and Roll, live in 84. My favourite Ozzy album was hard to choose. Blizzard, no, not Blizzard, that's the right one, not the right one. My favourite is Diary. I like Diary better than Blizzard. I don't know, I think it's a little bit darker. Besides the Over the Mountain Flying High Again, which everyone knows, which are kind of up there. Believer, and the second side, Little Dolls, Tonight, Sado, Diary of a Madman. That's my favourite one. And I actually met Ozzy in 1997 here in Melbourne. I actually got my Bark at the Moon album signed, which is a little bit of a weird one to get signed. I thought I was being exotic because everyone would get their Black Sabbath records and all that sort of thing signed. But anyway, I had a silver pressing of Bark at the Moon, and it was really hard to see. It's all silver. So I went, oh, that'd be cool to frame, a signed album cover and a silver record. And I've been pretending I've got one of his platinum records or something. When I finally got it home and like that record cover, and I thought about framing it, I looked closer at the silver record and realised it was a Bark of the Moon single and not the actual Bark of the Moon album. I'd had that Bark of the Moon. I'd never played it, the silver one, thinking, oh, it's fancy. Anyway, some of the boxes you see up here in my garage, in my brewery, if you look closer, Ozzy Osbourne figurines. Daggy. I think when I was a kid, I wanted Ozzy to be my dad. That might have led to some of my drinking issues. Anyway, let's get down to it. Yeah, it was, I don't know, this came in a few weeks ago. Well, I ordered it a month or so ago, but it only just come in a few weeks ago. But anyway, I've been waiting to open it. I was going to open it on my live stream last week, but my good old mate Brian wasn't there, so I didn't open it. And then I thought it'd be great to do a video about it because I don't know how many people have had it. It is Ozzy Osbourne's The Ultimate Gin. And for those that don't know, Ozzy does have an album called The Ultimate Sin and a song called The Ultimate Sin. And so of course, that's what they used to get the name. And this is a London Dry Gin, 47% alcohol. That's quite high for an Australian gin. I don't think it's an Australian gin. But, in Australia, it says a blizzard of juniper flavours takes centre stage in the ultimate gin, together with a persistent chorus of citrus tones and warming, lingering spiciness. We have created a bold expression of a classic gin in a modern world. I just reviewed my Saison before, and it's exactly what my Saison was, citrusy and spicy, and it's what I really like. Is this the ultimate gin? I guess we'll find out. Oh, I meant to bring a shot glass. I do like to use a shot glass. First, I'll have one straight and, warm. I was going to say warm. Oh, that smells really good. I bought out a couple just to compare. I haven't had a gin today, and I've just got like a local Beechworth of George's Dry Gin, Alfred's Peculiar Gin. Peculiar? I can never talk properly when the video camera's running. And a homemade gin. That was actually just an Essence gin, but still it's a homemade gin. It's going to be a crazy review. It's going to be quick though. I can't... Oh, that's really nice. It is the citrusy thing. It's actually more citrusy than it is juniper, which I'm liking, to be honest. Oh, you're going to miss that because I've got noise cancelling on my microphone. You missed the glug, 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 glug. I'll turn it on for the next one. Once it's in the glass, yeah, the citrus has... the citrus was really strong from the neck. Yeah, it's more of that classic gin, the juniper. There's no use mucking around. It's better than a wine, but it's nice. Got to be careful at 47%. That's nice. Again, when you're drinking it, the citrus thing has come back. That's really nice. That's okay. I'm surprised. I didn't expect it, to be honest. I thought it'd be some cheap gin. Maybe it is cheap, but it's tasty. I'll quickly dive in. I got some wider glasses just because I've got mostly beer glasses. And I do like normally to have it on ice. And I'll whack a little bit in this one too. Oh, that's really nice. The way I mainly drink stuff is with soda water. That's just homemade soda water, filtered soda water. Just a dash. Probably too much because I don't want to put too much gin in, to be honest. Oh, that's really good. And I think it opens it up. Well, you can get more of it in your mouth. You know, once you've watered it down, nice big sip, and you're still getting the same flavours. Yeah, they diluted a bit, but it makes it easier to taste, for me at least. Yeah, that's good. I have got some tonic water here. People know I am diabetic, so I do have tonic water without sugar. Don't shoot me for that. It's actually not a bad sugar-free tonic water, this one, the Schweppes one. That changes it again. You know what that needs? Squeeze a lemon. I don't have any lemon or lime here, but a squeeze of lemon or lime would be better probably. That'll really brighten that up. I think I prefer it. That's much easier and sweet, like sweeter tasting, of course. I kind of preferred it neat, but on the rocks is pretty good too, with a little splash of soda water. Maybe even just on the rocks without the soda water. All right, come on. I'll get my homemade stuff. Come on, I've got to compare it to the homemade stuff. For those interested, this was the Impressence one. It wasn't too bad. Not the best gin in the world, but I mean, that is with tonic water. It's way better than the Impressence. Presence is okay still, but no, it's all over that. All right. That's going to be a good one to have after I turn the camera off. All right, let's whack a bit of, let's have one with the Peculiar. They do this with pea flour from memory. Alfred's Peculiar Gin, this easy drinking lemonade gin is crafted using lemon myrtle and butterfly pea flowers for a surprisingly colourful taste experience. It does taste different, it's not just the colour. The lemon myrtle, of course. And I have seen people make beer with pea flour, but I wonder if I'll be able to do it here. I might actually even change in the glass. Sometimes, I haven't got any lemon. We'll do some of that. It's still blue. Oh gee, school night. These are still available. They will be changing name. They might have changed already to Last Street from memory. God, I have to put the name up on the screen if I got that wrong. I was up there before. Again, you saw that in my hop harvest video. So there, it's blue in the glass. I don't think, is it the tonic that changes? I don't really want to put tonic with it. I think it was the lemon juice that changed there. Oh no, there you go. There you go. Look at that. It goes pink because the pH changes. It's not just watered down, it's gone purple. And the more you change the pH, it's like litmus paper. And that's what the blue pea flower, is that what it was called? The pea flower does. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice one, though. That's a really nice one. It's a little bit softer, if that's a word. A bit more rounded. That sits better with the tonic water. Have a bit more just to double check. Oh, that's really nice. That is actually surprisingly really nice. One for the road. I'm surprised. It's not the best gin I've ever had, but it's far from the worst gin I've ever had. Anyway, if you've ever been touched by Ozzy, that sounds wrong to say these days, doesn't it? But like I have, here's to you. Here's to the king of rock and roll. I call him the king of rock and roll. And this will annoy people, but he's not a cover singer like Elvis was. Elvis sang covers most of the time, 99% of the time. Ozzy created a whole genre, whether you want to believe that or not. Here's to you, Ozzy. Good luck to Sharon and the family, Kelly, Jack and Amy, and the other two. No one's mentioned the other two. He did have 2 kids before he met Sharon, so they'd be hurting too. Take it easy. Here's to the fucking king of rock and roll. Go fucking crazy. As Ozzy said, if we're all going to hell at the end of this, we're sure going to have a good fucking time down there. Take it easy. I nearly forgot what happened this evening. Well, this morning. I went, I'm going to record some videos. I'll grab a shirt out. I'm going to do this tasting. About 2 months ago, once we heard the final show was coming up, something like that, I thought, I'm going to make some T-shirts. Design them only for myself. And I designed one. Also, probably just punch the microphone. Hang on, just make sure the microphone's out of the way. A geezer shirt. But, let me know if you want to, want me to print you one. I made the stencil up myself and kind of tried to look washed out. It looks new on the camera, but the geezer, it just says geezer down the bottom in 70s style writing that you probably can't read from there. And so I thought, I'll wear that for the. I thought I'll wear that for the video, And the funny thing was, I always put a clean shirt on before I come into the video, because usually I'm out in the brewery and I'm covered in malt dust, whether I want to be or not, and get covered in hops if I'm dry hopping, whatever. And then I go to do a video and I look back later and I'm covered in stuff. So I always change a shirt. So I change a shirt. And then I remember what I took off, and this wasn't even planned, what I'd taken off. And it's not because Ozzy just died. It's just what I love, man. That's what I love. If I can. I actually had a Black Sabbath shirt on anyway. Man. Everyone got a lot of people got the shits when Target or Best and Less or the cheap or Kmart started selling band shirts, and I didn't care. I didn't care. If they're selling Aussie stuff or Black Sabbath stuff that I didn't have, bring it on. $10, bring it on. Bring it on. I've spent enough on Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath in my life, more than I should have, than to care about buying a cheap shirt, which some of them are apparently licensed anyway. Take it easy. I was going to do a whole series, but it's too late now, isn't it? Anyway, if you want the geezer one, let me know. I can print you one here. Or I can put it online. I can put it on a print on demand. That's what you want. Hail geezer. Tony, Bill, Ozzy. I should be sad. God, I've been teary all week. It's a bit sad. But I'm happy. Maybe it's the gin. Maybe it's the joy that he's brought me. Take it easy. Bring that one. Now I've got to finish this one. The mixer. And it's the ultimate sin. Oh, Jesus.
I mean, if I was sober, I would never have urinated up the Alamo. If I was sober, I would never have walked into CBS and bit the head off the dough.
Ozzy has to fight that. I never had that problem, you know. I don't mind being alcoholic because it doesn't turn me into what it turns Ozzy into. It turns Ozzy into a person he doesn't like, and a person that a lot of other people don't like as well. It's like the total Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde syndrome. I'm not. Nobody under the influence of any alcohol or drug is the same person. Otherwise, you wouldn't fucking take it. If you were the same person, why waste your time pouring vats of fucking booze down you or lines of coke? You take that to change. And I didn't like the person that I was changing into. Yet I couldn't stand living sober. I should be dead 1,000 times.
We were drinking one day and we were standing in this elevator and you just hear this sound and I looked like down at him and it's like he's got these sweatpants on. There's just piss running down the fucking inside leg of his sweatpants and he's just standing there like minding his own business like he didn't even know what was going on.